Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of the How to Script in Valheim course. You know, at this rate, you're gonna learn how to script in EWP before I learn how to pronounce Valheim correctly. Today, we're gonna be learning all about the importance of commenting when you write scripts. You can call it what you want: commenting, labeling, organizing, space manuals, whatever it is. It's gonna save you a lot of time. So here's the basics of it. When you're scripting, you can use comments to block out things from being parsed. All right, so even though these are scripts, nothing happens to them because they're commented out. But it's not just about disabling stuff, it's also incredibly important to label each step of the logic. This is the most important habit you can have, and I encourage you to be better than I am at it. I have learned that it's best to start with the comments before you even have your script. So let's imagine that this video where I'm teaching you about comments is a script, okay? So I need to start with what the purpose is, right? So this is a video teaching about commenting in EWP. And so then what's the first step? Well, it would be the introduction, right? What is commenting, okay? I need to make sure that everyone's on the same page about it. And then what happens after that? Well, I might show some examples, okay? So you can see that we have created 3 comments. There's the title of the intention, then there's the first step, and then there's the second step. This is also how you should make your scripts. This part's gonna do this, and then that part's gonna do that. I can start filling this out, right? I could be like, all right, prefab, video, data, intro, teaching. So you sort of make a framework that you then fill out with scripts. It may seem like extra work at first, but trust me, a little bit of organization in the very beginning saves you from a lot of organization later on. Scripts have a way of snowballing out of proportion. And to really illustrate this, I'm just gonna show you the Enigma project. Because it's not like I started Enigma knowing what I was doing. Enigma birthed itself. I didn't know it was Enigma. I was just making things and they were going in the same place and there were players and they were asking stuff and they were playing and eventually it became something we named Enigma. And it's not like I knew how to script when I started. So if we go into the Enigma project and then we look at the expand prefabs file, this is where it all started. I didn't have any of these other files. I only had this one. And so what do we have? We have a bunch of scripts unrelated to each other, just added to this file. And there's a little bit of commenting here, right? But I hate to break it to you, but all those comments were added after the fact. I completely wrecked myself by not having comments in the beginning. So everything looked like this. Believe it or not, when you're actually writing it, it seems fine. You're like, yeah, I just wrote this. I totally know what it does. Yeah. The problem is, every minute that passes after that, it gets less and less fine. And God forbid you have to look at the script the next day. You're gonna be missing those labels, trust me. Here's what happens. As you continue to script and you become more comfortable, your brain will get better at reading scripts at a glance. You'll learn to just read the comments and then kind of compartmentalize all this data into whatever, put it in a box and put it away. So I can look at this and I don't feel overwhelmed. Whereas when you first look at a script like this, it's going to be confusing because there's so much information you haven't yet learned. Let me give you an example, okay? There's a lot of crazy overcomplicated scripts in Enigma. In fact, you could argue that Enigma itself is just a really big, overcomplicated script. But specifically, I'm going to look at the Charred Fortress Spicer. This is absolutely a script that went crazy out of hand. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna find all of the commented out areas, and then I'm going to use Shift-End to copy the whole line that they occur on, and then we're going to open a new file, and I'm going to paste everything. So now what do we have? Well, we essentially have a description of what the script does combined with parts of the script that are commented out or disabled, right? This can be a really good way of analyzing a more complicated script, especially one you wrote in the past or someone else has written that you're not yet familiar with. By getting rid of most of the actual scripting, it's a lot easier to see the logical steps, right? These labels are really important. I would say mandatory. Your brain's gonna get used to those symbols, and the easier you can make it for your brain, then the better you'll do at scripting. And now that you've gotten to the end, I'm gonna show you a cool little trick that you can use using ChatGPT. I know that some people don't like using AI in these things, but let me be honest with you. If you don't learn to use these tools, you will be overtaken by those who do. So I'm going to show you how you can use AI to become a better scriptwriter, because it absolutely is useful. Let me show you how. While it's true that copying all of these comments like this was nice, it's not like it's easy for you to just read this, right? Like, this isn't really in a friendly human form. So now let's copy all of these labels, and then we're going to paste them into ChatGPT. But before we do that, we need to give it context. I find AI to be very useful to explain things to me. I like writing the scripts myself, but I do find a lot of value from the AI telling me the logic or data of something that I'm struggling to understand. Please summarize what the script does in a way that is easy to understand for me. Here are the script's comments. And then we go, okay? So now it's thinking, and now it's created, and here we go. It has created something that is probably 90 to 95% real and 5 or 10% hallucination. You have to be able to get a feel for when it's kind of making something up. So always be on the lookout for that. You can't just like use the output as is. You have to look at it. You have to read it. This script is a complete overhaul of the Charred Fortress experience in Valheim. It restores cut or weakened mechanics, enforces intended siege gameplay, and turns each fortress into a dynamic, multi-stage encounter instead of something players cheese or bypass. If you haven't noticed, this is what happens when you use AI properly. It's kind of scary because, like, when you give it the right context and you line everything up right, it outperforms you. This is a great explanation of the script. It's better than me trying to explain the script, right? I just have to go through this and make sure that it's not outright lying about anything. The reason it worked perfectly, though, is because we gave it a lot of context and we gave it the labels that accurately describe the scripts, all right? So I'm here to really get this point to you. Labeling is really important. It is incredibly powerful, not just for yourself, but also for other people and for the AI. When you feed it stuff, it'll do a better job of telling you how it works in a way that's easy to read if it's labeled effectively. That being said, I will say that GPT is actually pretty good at reading scripts that aren't labeled. So just keep in mind, if you're using a free GPT, there's like limits, right? So you could do what I just showed you with the free version of ChatGPT, because all we did really is we just gave it like kind of the maximum amount of text in one message. Whereas if I tried to actually upload the entire script, GPT could parse through it and tell me exactly what it does, but it would use a lot of data analysis to do so and probably would result in you needing to have a pro subscription or something. So I just showed you the commenting way because that allows you to get an analysis for free from like any of these AI tools without relying on their data crunching. And it piggybacks really well into emphasizing how important it is to put comments into your scripts. It's going to save everybody a lot of time, okay? At the end of the day, when I started, I didn't use comments enough and I regretted it. Whereas now, when I make a new script, I comment out the logic and I really enjoy the process of going through. With all that being said, I wanted to congratulate you. I mean, you've gotten pretty far in this course. The better your foundation is, then the less time you're gonna waste. So I know people might not like that I was very general in the first part of the course, in the first like 15 or so episodes, but it's really important to get all of those things established, because if I don't, then later on, people will spend days working on stuff that's just completely unnecessary that can be done in a much simpler way. So I'm trying to establish all the groundwork before I get really deep into the scripts. That being said, moving forward, the videos are going to be a lot like the past 2 videos. Either way, it's impressive that you've made it this far, and you're at the end of the video, so congratulations for that. I hope that you have a particularly good day today, okay? If you've been enjoying this series, then consider supporting me on Patreon. Your support makes a huge difference in my quality of life and allows me to do what I love.